Alex, this is a remarkable development, and it comes after a morning in which we heard more calls for the president to step down from members of his party, including, for example, Senator Joe Manchin. Now, the president in this letter released only moments ago walks through his accomplishments as president. And also, if I can read you this part, it says, "It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president." He goes on to say, "While it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term." He goes on to say he plans to speak to the nation later this week. He also thanks Vice President Kamala Harris for, quote, "being an extraordinary partner in all of this work." Now, of course, Alex, this comes after that disastrous debate performance by the president in late June. It was after that stoked so much anxiety and panic within the Democratic Party and led to a wave of calls over recent weeks for the president to step aside, to withdraw from this race. And this was something that, despite the president getting back on the campaign trail, despite private conversations with multiple lawmakers, and despite a campaign that up until this point had maintained, even just yesterday, that he was in this race, it appears that we hit that breaking point. Now, of course, the president has been at his residence here in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. He has been self-isolating because he was diagnosed with COVID earlier in the week. It was that diagnosis that pulled him off of the campaign trail at a pivotal moment. He was in Nevada. He was shoring up support with Black and Latino voters. And it was before one of his last events that he got that positive COVID diagnosis and had to be blitzed back here to the East Coast, to Delaware, where he has since been self-isolating. It has been during that time that he's also been deliberating. He is with his closest advisors and his inner circle in what has been a challenging and at times frustrating time for this campaign. Now, we should also note, Alex, that earlier today on the airwaves, the president's allies were saying that he was in it to win it. Again, this was the resounding message that we were getting from the campaign time and time again. But this letter tells us that the president, upon self-reflection, upon all of the calls from Democratic lawmakers, allies, and donors for him to step aside, has listened to those calls and has decided to not seek re-election in what we really just cannot overstate how remarkable a moment.
If you thought the 2024 election couldn't get more unpredictable, think again. President Joe Biden has just made a game-changing announcement. In a move that has left the nation in shock, President Joe Biden has officially withdrawn from the 2024 presidential race. With just 4 months until Election Day, Biden's decision to focus on his current duties over a grueling campaign has thrown the Democratic Party into disarray. Concerns about his age and electability against a resurgent Donald Trump played a significant role in this unexpected exit. The political landscape is now wide open, with potential Democratic successors like California Governor Gavin Newsom and Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer stepping into the spotlight. Reactions are pouring in from both sides of the aisle as Republicans seize the opportunity to push their agenda. As the Democratic Party scrambles to unite behind a new candidate, the race for the White House has become more unpredictable than ever. Stay tuned for more updates on this developing story.